Okay, welcome to the channel, everybody. This is episode 1 of Newb University. Here today we have our special guests. We have Omega Ruler, aka Sophonius Bello. Welcome to the show.
AKA SofoSama. Thanks for having me, Walter.
Oh, that's right, SofoSama. All right, let's get going. All right, so my viewers are dying to know and they're dying to learn all about video gaming. I figure you'd be the perfect person to bring on. So tell me, what really got you started in the video games?
All right, so how old was I? I don't know either. I can't remember. It's been so long.
Well, think back to the first game. What do you think was the first game you remember playing?
Well, I know my first game was actually before that. The first game I remember, it was Super Mario on Nintendo.
Okay.
But I would go to the arcades with my brother, and I can't remember if I can remember being 5. That's when I got my Nintendo. But when I actually started playing a lot in arcades, I would just say 5 or 6, and I was with my brother, and it was Street Fighter 2.
Oh, that's a good game.
Yeah.
Yeah, so is that really what drove you to fighting games, that time with your brother? You think that's what drove you to go towards fighting games?
Actually, yeah, I definitely say it was that.
Excellent. Okay, so we got that out of the way. So let's talk about platform. What platform are you playing on right now?
So right now, playing on the best platform you could possibly play on, not Xbox. We know what type of people like Xbox. We both like
Marcus Elsie.
That's even worse. Why are we laughing so hard? So, PlayStation 4 and oops.
Oh no.
So,
We're gonna have to fix that before we do this for real.
but PlayStation 4, definitely the best, in my opinion, to play on right now, as well as PC. But I don't play on PC because I'm broke.
Nice. Now, with that said, do you think the key factor in determining the platform, I guess for you, you started playing in PS4, but you think a lot of people are switching from Xbox to PS3 because of the gaming experience, or do you think the games?
I think because of the games, with this next generation, PS4 had a lot of really good titles that are highly competitive. Sony's really locked it down. And Xbox is just stuck in the red zone, the dead, the red light of death zone.
Yeah, I barely got this thing like halfway in there. There we go.
Oh, okay.
If I put it all the way, it like goes out. That sounds dirty. All right, and then we'll switch to the live stream action. Okay, so being in the fighting game, I noticed that you did a lot of tournaments. Would you be able to speculate on tournament experience? Tell us a little story on how you got started, and kind of where you want to go with that.
All right. So, way back in the high school days, in the high school days, I used to play a lot of Tekken, and I was trying to find more information on competitive Tekken. I was just trying to get better and better because I would go to arcades. And, I do decent, but I want to do better. And I noticed there were forums from different websites that included regional players and regional communities. So I saw there was one in Houston, and I saw that there was going to be a tournament at a video game store that I loved. It was off of 290 and Mangum kind of sort of area, 43rd. I forgot the name of the store, but so they had a tournament there, and it was a huge scene. A bunch of people from around Texas, Dallas, Houston, San Antonio, all those people were there. And I'm like, wow, how do these people already know each other? But they know each other because they played in the community. These were the best of the best, and I didn't know it. I was just jumping in. So there were some people that I've seen from the mall that I've played against before, but I played in the tournament. And I had a lot of fun, and I was like, wow, this is cool. So as time progressed and I got a little bit better, I met others, that were local, from school that were really good. And we all kind of, what do you call that? Like brotherhooded, whatever the heck. We all got together and we played a lot, basically. And from there, we would kind of hear about different community events that were local, and we go out to those, and we just grow from there. And the more we played each other, the better we got, and so on and so forth. So as far as tournament scenes now, it's evolved way, way, way more than it was back then. That was what, like, dang, that was over 20 years ago.
It was a long time ago, because I remember you put your little quarter on the machine and you were next.
Yeah.
And now you got the mega events and televised and stadiums. So that's another avenue where I noticed that video gaming is going to, it's mainstream now. So you're getting all the money, all the hype. You're pretty much a superstar. Do you see yourself going towards that direction, or do you see yourself more kind of staying in the live streaming kind of realm?
No. I don't. Now, one thing, I got burnt out from tournaments because one, it takes a while. You have to be attentive. I don't know how they're ran now. Well, I do have an idea slightly of how they're ran now, but you have to be very attentive to what's going on, when you get called, so on and so forth. And I really want the freedom to kind of do what I want or like basically do what I want before I play. So, for instance, if you're really hungry, you need to go get some food. There's a possible risk of you being DQ'd because you're not available for your fight.
Wow.
Kind of like with any tournament. If you're not available, you can get DQ'd. Also, I'm not sure about how it is now, but back then, a lot of people that played fighting games really stank. They probably smell better now. But that was one thing I hated. And also, it was really draining for me personally to continue to be in that community with the same people, all the time. Because it's a lot of time invested becoming a tournament player and wanting to do very well and actually doing very well, as opposed to somebody that just practices by themselves.
Now, would you say that would hinder your ability to kind of grow relationships beyond the gaming? Is that what you're saying?
Not exactly, but it would hinder. Well, yeah, you could put it as that, because it takes a lot of time to become the best,
Yeah, because those guys spend a lot of time, effort, money, all that good stuff, trying to be the best, and I feel like they miss out on life. With that said, what do you think is one negative aspect of video gaming? To me, I see it as like, you're taking yourself away from actual interactions with people. But would you say there's other negative aspects of the gaming?
Yeah, just you could misuse your time. For instance, if you don't know how to properly manage your time, you can easily spend a lot of time just trying to focus on getting better, and you may neglect other things important to your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, just anything and everything that you could possibly take up your time doing could be spent as well, because it's a craft.
Mm-hmm.
If you take time to develop your craft in gaming, you're going to take time away from something else. And you just got to know which ones are priorities and which ones you should focus on based on what you like and what you want to do with your time.
So how do you manage work life in gaming? Do you say, okay, I'm going to dedicate X amount of time, or just kind of feel it out based on what you're doing or how work is going? Like, do you have a certain amount of time that you're limiting or capping off just to spend on gaming, or do you just kind of play by ear?
So for the most part,
shit,
what I do,
just dying.
Which one? That one?
Yeah, the GoPro.
No. So what I do is I make sure I have all the important stuff out the way first. If it's time sensitive, I try to make sure I complete that. But if it's something that's, say for instance, like a long-term goal, I can give myself time to play and possibly time to learn. One thing that I end up doing a lot when a new game comes out is I'll stay up late playing. And I also try to connect with a lot of, because times have changed, man, a lot of communities to learn new tech or new moves and new ways of playing, meta, stuff like that. So before, when you would spend a lot of time trying to learn the game yourself, there's situations where people just give you the information and then you adapt it to your play style.
Mm-hmm. So how do you say, and let's kind of segue into your live streaming, because that's currently where you're kind of gearing your time towards. I notice you're spending a lot of time live streaming, and we'll go ahead and plug your channel at the end. But I noticed that you're targeting your audience to kind of try to grow that, the gaming community and try to help them out. Because I've been in a couple of your live streams, and you're helping everybody grow and improve everybody's skill set. Is that accurate? Is that where you're trying to go with your craft?
So, in all honesty, I just wanted to make content that was pretty entertaining and informative at the same time, pertaining to things that I like, because there wasn't anything out there. And back in the day, I remember I'd look at some stuff and think, man, that would be cool if it was for this character. So now that I'm able to do that, that's what I'm producing. And that's gotten a lot of attention. A lot of people, a lot of my audience has been drawn into me because of that. Now the live streaming came in as part of something to do in between the time I can come up with ideas with content I want to put out. So when I do live stream, it's just, a lot of times it's just me playing. And then if somebody may have a question or they want to learn something, I'll show it off. And then sometimes I'll live stream some type of tech or new thing that I was working on, so I can go back and then look at it and remember it in case I feel like forgetting it. But now with the live streams, I just get on and I play, and then sometimes I'll say what's up to the people that may come in. And it's a good way to get more subscribers, which is what I like to have, so I can try to do more community type stuff.
If only you had a channel where everybody can join. Oh shit, that was 12 minutes. That was great. Huh.
Yes.
Okay. I think that's it, because I don't want to edit this long. All right.